G'day guys, how's it going? This is Broadcasting Because. Now this is actually my second attempt at doing this video because the first time I tried it, the power decided to cut out, so hopefully it hangs around for long enough for me to get all this out. Now, I was actually considering doing a video on where I thought Buddy Franklin would best be going and where he might go during this trade period, but he's decided to make his mind up before I could even start the video, so thanks a lot for that, Lance. In case you haven't heard, within the last hour or so, the GWS Giants have pulled out of the race. They've withdrawn their offer to sign Lance Franklin from the premiers of 2013 Hawthorn Football Club. Now, that means that the only other club who is currently in the race, and they've offered the, whatever it is, the 1.4 million over 5 years, I think it is, the deal is the Swans. Lance Franklin is headed to the Swans. The whole reason the GWS have pulled out in the first place is because they got the information, apparently from Lance himself. I'm sure that will come out in the next couple of days. But regardless of where it's come from, they've pulled out because Lance Franklin is going to accept an offer from the Sydney Swans. The 2012 Premiers are going to get in the marquee for pretty much the second year in a row. Here's the confirmation. This is the tweet that was sent out on the GWS Giants official Twitter account earlier today, saying that they've pulled out of the race for Buddy Franklin's signature on the advice that he is going to accept an offer from the Swans. This is huge. This is an even bigger story than the Kurt Tippett saga last year, because this is a guy who has chosen to leave Melbourne, the city that is, chosen to leave the Premiership club that he's just won a flag at. What I thought was most interesting during the grand finals, he played up in the midfield for half the time. I mean, he's made himself as a full forward, as a centre-half forward to kick goals, and he was playing half the time in the midfield. Whether or not that's the role that he expects at the Swans or not, I really don't know, but the deal is worth $7 million over 5 years, 1.4 a year. It's absolutely enormous money. Not as big as what GWS were offering, but I tell you what, I think he would be better going to a club like the Swans, where he would have a shot at the Premiership in the next couple of years, maybe at another, I don't know. It's going to be so interesting to see where they fit him in. It seems like Mumford, Reid, and Jesse White are all going to be on their way out of the Swans. We have Mitch Morton retiring as well. Jude Bolton's retired, of course, he's in the midfield. Marty Mattner in the backline. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the Swans fit their forward makeup around Buddy Franklin. I might actually have to do a video about that. But regardless, I think that's going to be huge for Kurt Tippett as well. That could be the piece that the Swans have really needed. I'm actually kind of surprised that Buddy Franklin wasn't more interested in Fremantle, because I tell you what, Freo could use a power forward. Pavlich is not quite the huge monster of a power forward that Buddy Franklin or Kurt Tippett or Roughhead or something like that are. And, oh, gee, I actually can't believe it. This is just incredible. I tell you what, I think Jordan Lockyer might have to look into getting a number change, because I reckon Buddy Franklin will have his hands all over that red and white 23. Guys, I can't believe this. This is absolutely insane news. Be sure to look out for all this sort of news and stuff as it breaks. I know this is a real-life story, but I tell you what, this is huge, guys. Absolutely enormous. You can forget about the Essendon scandal now. This is a coup from the Swans. They've plucked him out of the jaws of GWS and possibly Freo as well. Guys, this is enormous. So be sure to keep an eye out on the news and everything and all that's going on about this story, because this is absolutely enormous, and I still can't believe it. This is still sinking in. So anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. Be sure to mash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and hit that subscriber button if you would like to see more. Tell me how much of a traitor Buddy Franklin is for leaving the Hawks in the comment section. No, don't do that. He's not a traitor. He's going to get out of Melbourne or something, but I don't know. Hey, I'm happy he's chosen the best club in the world to come to, so I'm not complaining. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Be sure to keep an eye out for all more news around Buddy Franklin's transfer or trade or whatever you want to call it to the Swans. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Cheers and stay tuned.